Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Today I'm going to be taking a look at my custom Daredevil Season 3 Vigilante suit, Daredevil, whatever you want to call it. I would say universally loved and regarded as like Matt's best suit, which is basically just the Season 1 suit, but a little more quote-unquote basic, and then obviously, he's got the hand wraps and everything. And this figure, due to the simplicity of it and the NWToys body and repainting the Mezco head, this is probably the best functioning custom that I've ever made. I feel like, anyway. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think based on, my customs that you guys have seen and some that I've maybe posted in the past that I completely have forgotten about that I've posted. But I think this is... it's such a simple suit, and as a result, a simple concept to make into a figure. So if you ever, want to try this, it's pretty simple, and you don't need like too terribly much to do it, which is always the best thing for a custom, in my opinion anyway. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this version of Matt. So I started off with, like I said, the NWToys body. So I didn't modify the body in any way or anything like that. But this is the original version of the body. Like I said in the Punisher video, I like the original first edition of the body from NWToys better because the arms are sturdier. And like if it's a figure that doesn't have like an armor, anything that needs to go on it, if it's just like a body, it's better to have this one because the body is not that flexible, like rubbery kind of material. But that's just me. You don't have to do that or anything. The boots are NWToys. The neck is from the second NWToys figure, the little, like the thinner one. And let's see, that's I think the only thing that's NWToys. So yeah, the body, the shoes, and the neck are NWToys. The hands and the head sculpt are from the Vigilante Mezco Daredevil. I just went ahead and painted on the fingers, and then painted like blood, and stuff on them and whatnot. And for the head, I repainted it, and this is the, a little bit more of a stoic one, because I had the angry one on my Legends custom of this / Season 1's version of Matt, which I know you guys have asked a lot about, but I don't have that custom anymore. I may end up remaking that custom, to be completely honest with you, but we'll see. But I love how this turned out. Let's see if I can get my light to kind of cast a better look on Matt here. There we go. But yeah, I painted a little bit of blood on there because, Matt's always bloody. Painted the facial hair to give him a little bit deeper because the Mezco, it's okay in its base form, but they didn't really give him any stubble, so he looked almost completely clean shaven, and that's just not how Charlie Cox looks as Matt. So I didn't, though. This is sort of an amalgamation of Season 3 and Season 1's version of Matt's suit, because I was going to go in and paint the white right here around the base of it, and honestly, I still might, but as of right now, I really like how this looks. And then for his wraps, all I did was just take some white thread, like a lot of it, and just wrap it around. And I also glued it in place so it, hopefully wouldn't fray or anything like that from posability and moving it over time. And he actually still has the ability to move his wrists, which is pretty cool. I did not expect that when I did that. It was not intentional, but it happened that way, and I'm glad that it did. And obviously, as you can see, I added blood on there. I've been considering adding blood to like a little bit of his knees and, maybe some on his shirt if it'll show through, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. And then as for the shirt and the pants are actually from the Mafex Peter B. Parker. So if you did want to make this custom 1-for-1, it's gonna have some expensive parts because of the pants and then like the Mezco hands and the Mezco head sculpt. But you could also get like a 3D printed head sculpt, which is more accurate Season 3 if you wanted to go that route. And you could use really any hands. Like honestly, you could use the NWToys hands and just paint them a little, black, except for the fingers. So it really wouldn't take that much. I do recommend these pants though. I almost considered getting another pair of these pants that I ordered from eBay because like this Frank, I mean, like, he can do the splits, you know? And I was like, well, that would work for if I wanted to make it like a proper season 1 custom. But I also like the difference in the fact that he has a little bit of color. You know, he's got the black, he's got the white, he's got the gray. Obviously, there's a little bit of red on there. And the Peter B. Parker sweatpants offer him that same level of articulation. And he's able to, I can get him into literally any pose that I could want. Like you guys saw in the thumbnail, you know, like I was messing with it. You know, I put him into a nice kind of crouching down pose, but like you can get him into some like Daredevil, Spider-Man E poses and whatnot. The boots are like the only sort of issue with the figure, just because like they're rubbery, so they're not like super great. But like here, let's get him into one knee, and then that way I can show you guys kind of what he's capable of here. Like, yeah, you can get him into that, you know, like he's about to hop up and do one of his like little flip kicks or something like that. And the shirt's just from GPS Lot on eBay, which is where I get most of my soft goods and stuff like that. But like I couldn't be happier, and especially because like I upgraded this thing, because originally I just used the, you know, like I said, the first NWToys body, but the boots and the neck are from the 2.0, and the head didn't have as much articulation before because I had to like trim down that big ass neck that came with the first version. And when I did that, I had to glue the head on there because it didn't work. But this one I actually just, let's see if I can do this. I'll show you guys without messing it up. Okay. So I actually took the NWToys, I think that's what it was called, Wolverine, because his peg in there was big enough. And I just put that on there, so he literally is able to port onto here, no problem, and have full articulation, which is always, you know, it's always so awesome to have that sort of thing going on. But like you guys can see, I mean, the articulation's still there and then some. Like I can get anything done with this figure, which is so cool, so fun. I honestly might, and I'll bring in that Daredevil here in a second, the one that I showed in my last video, but I honestly might get a Dex head to go on that Daredevil for whenever I want to do photos, because I just pretty much use matte as is for that one. But it's, you know, it's not, it's all right. It's like beggars can be choosers kind of thing, you know. But here, these two are next to each other, and I feel like this looks really good. I feel like the, you know, using the NWToys, it works out. It's obviously the same body and build and everything. There's no, like, you can tell that it's supposed to be the same person-ish. I feel like the shirt, though, for Matt looks like it's a lot tighter, so it looks like he's a lot bigger, but it's, you know, the same body mold. So, but it looks great. I love how these two look together. And then let's bring in Frank real quick, show you guys that, because they got the same boots, same bodies, pretty much the same necks, except for the Netflix season 2 Daredevil. Like, they all look good. For some reason, that's probably just the way I put the head on there. But yeah, I mean, why is Frank a little bit shorter? That's so weird. They're literally the exact same ones. Huh. Like, even his shoulders are a little lower. Who knows? Maybe the 2.0 is actually a little bit smaller, and I did not realize that at the time. Who knows? But I love the way those look. I couldn't be happier with how this mat turned out. And let me know what you guys think if you want me to get a Dex head to put on the season 2 Daredevil. That way you can kind of do that sort of recreation from season 3, because I loved the fights between the two of them. And obviously this, like I said, this version of Matt is like revered as the best version. So yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else that I can say about it. I mean, it's a very simple, you know, all things considered, it's a very simple custom, and you can make it if you have the material, you know, if you have the parts and pieces, or if you want to just get, you know, alternate parts and pieces. And if you want to go like a full season 3 route, because he had more black cargo pants towards the end there, and like he had a red undershirt and like a, you know, the white around the mask and everything. But this is just sort of like my own interpretation-ish of it. And who knows, you know, like I said, I might go back and change it up, might get another pair of those pants, put that on there. It'll give Matt actual cargo pants, which is what he had more so than sweatpants. But this is sort of a amalgamation of the comic version of this suit and then the MCU version, because in the comics he was just wearing like a pair of sweatpants and like a long sleeve shirt, and he was like, all right, I'll call it a day, let's go. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.